Okay, hi guys. Myself, CMA Bhanu. I'm a accounting faculty in shikharatutorials. So I'm having 4+ years of experience in regarding CMA Foundation and CMA Inter. I have not teached the final, but I'm going to see the opportunities of final. Okay, till now, you know what is our subject name? Financial accounting. I will discuss first of all about the CMA Inter. So we are having the two groups. What are the subjects will be there and overall. So you don't need to write anything. Okay, na guys? So in the CMA Inter, we are having the two groups. Group 1 and Group 2. So in the final, they are going to call it as Group 3 and Group 4. Already Group 1 and Group 2 completed now. And then after, in the foundation already we are having how many papers? 4 papers. So now the paper series will start from 5. Okay, now paper 5. We are going to have the law and ethics. So the total overall subject is called as business law and ethics. Whatever the concepts you are get to know in the CMA Foundation, contract act, sale of goods act. Again, those topics are repeating once again in the law subject. You can go to know. And ethics we are going to have the 20% weightage, and law we are going to have the 80% weightage. And the company law directors will be discussed in this paper. And next, paper number 6 is nothing but our subject, financial accounting. And when coming to the paper number 7, paper 7 is divided into the two papers. So nothing but paper 7A and paper 7B. 7A is nothing but direct taxes. This is one of the new subject for you. And 7B is nothing but indirect taxes. We are going to call it as GST. GST means good night, sweet dreams, take care. No, goods and service tax. And next, we are going to get paper number 8. So sorry guys. So paper number 8 is nothing but cost accounting. So nothing but our ultimate objective is to do the cost sheet, to do the cost audit. So can you say the difference between CA and CMA? CA taxation. Sir, we are having the two types of businesses, service oriented businesses, product based businesses. What is the meaning of product based? For example, we can take a Cadbury. The Cadbury will going to provide what, chocolates and all this. So the Cadbury company is going to call it as product based company. So in the product based companies, we are going to play the key role. So we are the cost accounting. So in order to reduce the taxes, so generally tax will pay on the profits or on the incomes. On profits, generally we have to pay the taxes. So the profit is depend upon two activities. What are the two activities means? First one is an expenses. We are I am going to call it as cost. Okay, na? And next one is called as incomes. Yes or no? If the incomes are more, profit will be more. If the incomes are more, profit will be more. If the expenditure is more, profit will be less, opposite. So generally our business people, what they will do, they will think to reduce the profits, they will think to increase the profits for accounting purpose. For accounting purpose, they will concentrate to decrease the profit. Why, sir? The profit is less, payment of taxes is less. That is the reason what they will do, ma? They can suppress the expenditure. They can suppress or they can increase. They will increase the expenses and they will decrease the incomes. In order to take care of incomes, CA will be there. In order to take care of cost, CMA will be there. That is the reason. And we have to showcase of how to reduce the cost. So if you use some kind of raw material, the cost will be reduces, but the quality of raw material must be same or increase. We have to increase the quality. So these type of reasons we have to take care in our CMA point of view. So nowadays CA is equal to CMA. Outside propaganda is this one. CA is equal to CMA. But in my point of view, CMA is more than CA. Why, sir? Because most of the CMAs are not doing the practice. Okay, now they are not in the concentration of doing the practice, like forms. CA form you are going to see. Okay, now in your village or in your hometown, most of probably you can see the CA forms like CA Venkateshan, like that. But have you seen anywhere about the CMA forms? There is no, none of the people are not practicing in the CMA. Why is a reason means people are not ready to take the risk. Okay, now CAs are ready to take the risk means most probably in the CAs form, in the CAs family, how it will be means those fathers are having the CA and the son also again CA. And what the son will do, ma? He will take the practice which was started by the father. But when coming to the CMA, most probably what is happening, first they will join in the CA course, so and they are not clearing the CA, and they will go to the CMA. Parallelly they are going to do both the CA and CMA parallelly. While I am studying, most of my friends and I am also, we have started what, ma? CA, and parallelly we are also studying what, ma? CMA. How it will be means CA inter and CMA inter will be completed. But when coming to the final accept, CA final will not be completed and CMA final will be completed. And what they will do, ma? If the ages are increases means because of family pressures, they will go to the job based on the CMA, and they will thought that what, okay, we can clear the CA final by way of doing the job, but it is not possible. So that is the reason most probably CMAs are doing the jobs. So CMA are having the trust on the CMAs, the company is having the trust. That is the reason they will give the 1 lakh more to the CMAs. And they are not having the trust on the CS, because at any point of time he will go outside the company and he will start the practice. Okay, now both the job and practice we should not do that at a time. If you want, you can do the practice, or if you want, you can go to the MNCs. So that is the reason companies or MNCs are trusting us. Okay, na? And next, after the inter, we have to do the articleship. Okay, na? You must and should have to do the articleship, or you can join in any company like an intern. Intern means they will give the training and they are going to provide you 20 to 30,000. So in my point of view, I can say don't go for the articleship. You can do the internship in any MNC company, or you can apply. Okay, na? From today onwards, you can create a LinkedIn. Okay, na? LinkedIn or Naukri. So after going to the home, so install that app of Naukri and LinkedIn, and enroll in that, and try to develop the skills based on that. You know about the resume. Okay, na? And year by year you have to add the skills in that resume, and you have to, and that in the LinkedIn they will give the certain games like that, like joining the members. So you have to do each and every point of view. So at the time of internship, the company will call us and they will do the job opportunities. If you do the internship in the MNC, easily you can get the job by ending of nearly 16 lakh package. Without internship, they are not going to give the job. Okay, now by way of doing the internship, you can clear the CMA final also. Okay, now nowadays the online classes we are having. Okay, now if you want to, you can come to the face to face, or if you want, you can do Atma online coaching and you can clear the CMA final easily. You know, but and you are having a golden opportunity that I think you know about the direct taxes act is going to change. That means you are learning the new thing in the market. Okay, now most of the CAs which are running the forms, they will not update. Okay, but who will be the first step here? You are the guys at the first step. Nowadays, you are the challenges. If you go outside, they will give the job easily. So that is one of the good thing you are going to get this group in this attempt. Okay, guys. So next one, when coming to the group 2, so what is the first paper, ma? So paper number 9 is nothing but we are going to call it as OM and SM, operation management and statistic management. So you know how to, you know the laws, you know the accounting, okay now, you know the direct taxes, GST and costing. Already you know about the core subject in the group 1. Then how to manage the company? How to manage the company? Knowing the skills is not sufficient, the management also is sufficient. If you know this organization is running means not only from the viewpoint of faculty. So there must should have management, and they have to open the doors, and they have to go to the marketing. So without that, the organization will be run or will not be run. So that is the run. We have to know the operations management and strategic management. And next one, when coming to paper number 10, we can call it as corporate accounting. Corporate accounting and audit. Sir, if you see here, in the financial accounting, already we have learned the accounts, sir. Why again we have to learn the corporate accounts means? In the financial accounting, you are going to learn the accounting from the viewpoint of view of sole proprietor. I think you know the sole proprietor. The person who is doing only single person is called a sole. And a partnership, more than one person. Okay now, but the person who is doing the business in the form of companies, how to do the accounting, we are going to learn in the corporate accounts. So this is one of the simple paper when compared to this one, because in the financial accounting we are having the syllabus is more, but each and every point of view 50% you know already in the CMA foundation itself. And when coming to the corporate accounting, this is totally new for you. After that, what is the meaning of audit? Audit means verification. So these accounts are doing their accounting properly or not. So how to do the verification also we are going to learn in the audit. Okay now guys. And next one, paper number 11. FM and BDA. FM means financial management, BDA means business data analytics. Sir, after that, you are going to get the amount by way of using these skills and management. Then after, how to utilize the money? How to utilize? Where we need to invest? What are the investment opportunities? Are going to discuss in the financial management. And then after, nowadays we are having the AI, artificial intelligence. How these electronic devices will be there. How we can use so business data analytics will be discussed there. Okay, then after the last paper we are going to have paper number 12 is nothing but MA, we are going to call it as management accounting. So this is an extension of costing. That's all. Okay na? So in the costing we are going to have two main chapters like standard costing and marginal costing. There the extension will be available in the management accounting. Nothing but this is also called as what ma? Costing itself. But they are dividing the one subject into the two parts. So normally the total syllabus will be available in one group in the cmainter. So they are splitting the paper into the two parts. And next, when coming to the examination point of view, so daily we are going to have one exam. Okay, now if you are going to write the both groups at a time, group 1 and group 2 you are writing at a time means, so exams will be daily or what ma? Exam will be daily. So exam will be start from law and ethics. So then after in the second day they will keep what ma? OM and SM. Third day financial accounting. Fourth day corporate accounting. Fifth direct taxes and GST. Sixth FM. Seventh, eighth, like that. If you are writing only one group, either one group means you will get the one day gap. Okay, now this is the examination point of view. Okay, now guys. Then after, when coming to the registration process, I think you know about the registration process. So generally till now we are going to have only 2 attempts in the CMA in the CMA fraternity. So one attempt will be on the June and another attempt will be on the December. June and December. If you want to write the June exams, you have to register in that particular year, ma. That particular year, you have to register in January 31st. So on or before this date, if you register, you can write what, ma? You can write the June attempt. If you want to write the December attempt, means you have to register in July 31st. If you register on or before July 31st, you can write the December attempt. Okay, now we are in the January. If you register on or before 31st, you can write what, ma? June. So we are going to complete the syllabus. So syllabus of group 1 before the June itself. If you want, you can write the June exams, or otherwise, what is our ultimate objective? We are going to write the December. Okay, now, or if you are missing this date, means compulsory you have to register on or before what, ma? July 31st, 2026. If you register on or before this date, you can write the December attempt. Otherwise, you have to write what, ma? You have to write in 2027 June attempt. So remember these dates before going to the register. As of now, I think now the propaganda is getting that we are going to get 3 attempts in a year because syllabus is changing, they are saying. So we have to see, wait and see. Okay, na guys. And next, coming to the paper pattern. So when coming to the paper pattern, we are going to have the 2 sections. Section A and section B. In the section A, they are going to ask MCQs. There is no negative marking. There is no negative marking. Here the important point is MCQs we have to bubble, ma. The students are writing A, B, C, D in the question paper, in the answer sheet itself, and they are giving away. But they will give what, ma? In the OMR sheet. OMR means we have to fill the our hall ticket details like that now. So below that, they are going to provide you the OMR, like 4 bubbles will be there. I think you know you are having most awareness in that OMR sheet. So must and should you have to bubble. So there is no negative marking, having a negative marking, ma. So there is no negative marking. Is one of the important point. And next, no need to write any reasons also. Directly you have to put either A, B, C, D like that. In previously, before changing the syllabus of 2022, what they are saying means we have to write the reason. For the reason 1 mark. For the answer 1 mark. But if you are not writing the reason means they are not going to give the marks also. So like that will be there before the syllabus changes. So next one, they are going to give the 15 MCQs. Each MCQ is carrying 2 marks, that is equal to how much, ma? 30 marks is the main advantage for the students. Sir, if you concentrate these 30 marks, 30 out of 30 if you got means, or nearly 24 marks if you get means, easily we can overcome. Okay, now next I will say the qualifying marks. How much marks we need to get? I think already you know about the qualifying marks. So in the each groups, you have to get minimum 200. Each groups how much you need to get, ma? 200 and 200. If you are writing the both the groups at a time, okay, now if you get here 240, if you get here 160, then also you are going to qualify. But the minimum paper mark, qualifying mark is how much, ma? 40 marks. So you have to get minimum 40. So like that 40 plus 40 plus 40, how much, ma? 160. So like that if you get the 160, and in these groups you have got what, ma? 240 marks. Okay, now then these 40 marks will be added in that second group and you are consider it as what, ma? You have qualified. but must and should you have to get the minimum 40 marks in each and every paper. Or if you get, there is a one disadvantage in our CMA fraternity is, if you get the 60 marks, then we are going to call it as what, ma, exemption. But even though if you get 60 plus marks, 80 or 90 also, they will carry forward to the next year only 50 marks. That is the disadvantage we are having. Only how much, ma? 50 marks. Because in the remaining 3 subjects, in the next attempt, you need to get how many? 150 marks. So again, they are putting the what, ma? Rules and regulations are heavier. I think this disadvantage also will be overcome. I am thinking, you know. So next, another disadvantage is what, ma? Daily exams. If the people are writing both the groups, they have to write the daily examinations. And next, coming to the section B. Section B is nothing but descriptive, ma. They are going to give us 7 questions. How many questions they will give? 7. Out of the 7 questions, we have to write 5 questions. That means what, ma? We are having a choice of how many questions? 2 questions. Okay, now each question they will give 14 marks, ma. 14 into 7 is equal to how much? Do the calculation, ra. 98. So we are going to get the 98 marks, but we have to write how much, ma? So 14 into 5, that is equal to 70 marks. So that means how many marks we are having the choice, ma? Difference, 28 marks. That means overall paper we are going to get 30 plus 98, that is equal to 128. So we are having still 2 questions of choice. But the people, how they are going to think is, what are the questions we have done? Those questions only should come into the exams. How it will be possible? So these are the professional courses, CA, CMA, like daughter of MBBS. So all these courses are professional. We are going to provide you the part, how to prepare, that's all. We are not going to prepare the question paper. Nowadays people are thinking that we only have to prepare the question papers and we have to say day before exam. How it will be possible, ma? So the question paper will not be circulated surroundings. So, but most of the people are doing the malpractices in the examinations, and most of the students are also debarred. Debar means up to 5 attempts they are going to debar. After that you are not going to get the interest to write the CMA or CA also. So don't do such type of activities. You have to concentrate mainly on descriptive MCQ. You have to concentrate mainly on MCQs. Okay, na? If you, first of all, my first point, you have to maintain the regular attendance first. If you maintain the regular attendance, you can write easily 3 questions out of 5. How many questions we have to write? 5. 3 questions you can write easily. So 3 into 14, how much? 28 plus 14. 42. 42. Out of MCQs, if you focus, how much we will get, ma? 24. Nearly 24 marks we can count. So how many marks we are going to get? 60. Easily we can get circulated above the 60. But the most of the students, what they will think means, so no need to prepare the MCQs because somebody will show. But somebody who, every person is thinking like that, then who will show? God will come into the exam, and God will help you. And we have to waste our time in that MCQs itself. Because why, ma? For writing these questions is time will be, so time management also we have to learn. Okay, na? The time will be suppressed in these 5 questions itself. For writing the MCQs, there will not be have any time. If you prepare easily, you can put the MCQs within 10 minutes. Or if you are not preparing means, we have to ask somebody. It will waste our time. Unnecessary, we are going to lose 10 to 15 marks here. Even though we are knowing also, what we will do, ma? We will put aside and we will concentrate on the MCQs. Because easily, each MCQ how much? 2 marks. So that is the reason I am saying that we have to focus on MCQs. So if you come to the class daily, easily we can put the MCQ. So nothing but concept. How you have learned in the CMA foundation, the same conceptual questions on MCQs only they will ask in the here also. Most of 30% of MCQs already you have learned in the CMA foundation. Those MCQs will be repeated once again here also, because the syllabus is including the basics or excluding the basics, including the basics. So this is overall picture of about the examination nowadays in the CMA fraternity. So is there any doubts up to here? So these are the reasons. So what is the registration dates? You have to remember January 31st and July 31st. So most probably register now itself. We are having one great opportunity in the June examinations. Or my target is to get the All India ranks means, so you have to write on the December only. All India rank we are going to get only if you write the both the groups at a time. Okay, now if you pass the both the groups at a time, so attempt is unnecessary. Writing of both the groups at a time is point. Okay, now I think you know about the All India ranks. We are going to have normally state ranks will be available in the degree like that. But here All India level examination is going to conducted. That means what ma? You can register. We are having the centers in Goa also. If you want, you can go to the Goa and you can write the examination. So that is the reason all the overall India is writing. So that is the reason we are going to get which ranks? All India ranks. Top 50 ranks they are going to give. If you secure any one All India rank, you are going to get the job in PSU. I think you know about the PSU, public sector undertakings. So if once we have cleared the examinations in a limited time, okay, attempts also we should not follow. Okay, now they will see what ma rank first of all. Shortlisting process, I think you know. Here the campus means not the Shikara. Campus means what ma? ICMai. We are going to register under the ICMai. ICMai for the ICMai branches. I think you know the ICMai campuses like Vijayawada. You can see like that. In Vijayawada, the chapter office will be not such a manner. Go and see in the Hyderabad. The campus will be in a rich propaganda. So they will come to the campus. Okay, now, and they will do the selection shortlisting process. If you shortlisted, then only you can go to the interview. Otherwise, we cannot go to the interview also. So the only main reason, clear the CMA inter in a first attempt and CMA final in a first attempt with a good rank, or either in the 50 ranks, we can target the rank. Sir, getting a rank is nowadays it is a easy. Why, sir? Because we are having the so many avocations like Instagram. First of all, first avocation is that one. If you are having the time means we can scroll what ma reels. So most of the people will be concentrate only the scrolling of reels. They are not if you are in that time, if you concentrate on MCQ, you are going to get how many marks? 2 marks, nearly. Not joking. So this 1 year, if you do the hard work, you are going to get the rank means the next 1.5 year you are doing the job in any one MNC. Or PSUs also will give the internship if you get the rank. Next 1.5 year. After that, next 1 year, if you concentrate on the CMA final, you can get the job easily. That means you have to sacrifice your time only for 2 years. That's all. This 1 year, 2026, and again in the 2027 and 2028, you are going to answer in the either in the articleship or internship. Then after, you have to concentrate again 1 year in the CMA final. Same like that. Okay, now how you have joined the CMA inter, you have to join in a CMA final. My sincere request is join in the face-to-face classes only. Okay, now don't take the online classes, because unnecessary this valuable analysis you are not going to listen. If you give if you give the recording classes also, you will start directly with the what is the introduction going to start in the CMA financial accounting, what the sir have started, that's all. But without these things, I cannot discuss further into the subject ma. So this is my overall analysis. How many sections we are going to get? Section A and Section B. Section A we are having the MCQs, and Section B we are having the descriptive questions. They will give the 7 questions and we have to write the 5. So in that 7 questions also again sub questions will be there. Okay, now 14 marks na each question. they will divide into the 2 questions. Okay, now 7 marks and 7 marks. Totally we are going to get the 14 questions. So that is the reason. So 100% we have to study SR means we can take the choice of 2 questions. Okay, if you take the choice, and you must and should thorough in the 5 questions. Internal choice we should not take. Okay, now previously I have discussed bills of exchange, consignment and joint venture. From the 3 questions, 1 question will come into the exam means the people are using that they will prepare only consignment and they will go to the exam. How it will be possible? But the joint venture will be appear in the examination. Then what we need to do? We have to sacrifice from these 5 questions also. So that is the reason what I am saying is, okay, take the choice. Outright you should not take. But we are going to get what my MCQs now. The basic understanding of that concept must be there. Okay, now if you want to take the choice means outrightly leave that concept, but whatever the concepts you are preparing, must and should you have to thorough in that concepts. Okay, and I am saying once again, for the financial accounting, time will not be sufficient. First of all, very clear, time management is important. We have to target the questions within a less time. We have to get the more marks. Okay, now I think you know about the financial accounting, you know about the NPO, final accounts and NPO. Okay, now doing the final accounts and doing the bills of exchange, okay, writing the entries in the bills of exchange, what will be there, entries only, which is for which question will take the less time. Bills of exchange only will take the less time. For writing the final accounts, we have to prepare the trading account, P&L account, balance sheet, and again it is not tallied means psychologically we are going to get the affected. So we are going to waste their time itself. Okay, now or unnecessary, if you go on continue the flow also, in our back of our mind it will be there. Okay, that one is not tallied, how like that hurry burry will be there. So that is the reason, concentrate on small questions. Don't concentrate on 14 mark question directly. First we have to write the small questions, and then we have to write the big questions at last. That is the main reason we have to follow must and should. You will get to understand after completion of syllabus, or in the middle of the syllabus also you can and most probably you have to be communicate with your seniors. Who are the seniors are there, what are the situations they have faced. Okay, now they will share with you. We should not repeat once again, because already they have sacrificed their attempts and they have seen. Okay, now from the seniors we have to get to know the information, and we should not repeat once again that mistake in the exam. If you repeat once again, what will be going to get? We are going to waste that particular attempts. So that is the reason. So please communicate with our seniors and what are the steps we have to do in that financial accounting, not only in the financial accounting, in the cmainter. Okay, now so this is my ultimate conclusion. Is there any doubts up to here? Okay, I am going to learn you a modern approach. I think you know 3 approaches are there: traditional approach, modern approach, and accounting equation approach. But today I will start with the modern approach. Try to learn in a new way of the nothing but journal entries. Why, sir? Means because we are entering into the new chapters like branch accounting, like departmental accounting. There, if you learn this concept, it is familiar with you. It is familiar with me. I am trying to learn you. Okay, now because I am teaching the financial accounting, you have to understand my accounting means must and should you have to be thorough in this model. So what is this one, ma? This one. What is the symbol of this one? T. T symbol is nothing but in our accounts it is an account symbol. Yes or no? Left hand side is called as doctor. Debit side. Debit side means DS na. Why we are putting the DR? So it is called as CR, crores. Credit side, credit side is the CS. Then why we are putting the DR and CR means debit record and credit record. So that is the reason we are putting DR and CR. So imagine this is an account, and I think you know the spelling of dealer. Can you spell dealer? Dealer. D E A L E R. Okay na? So next, in the small our childhood, first we are entering into the any school means nursery. What they will teach ma? A for apple. So same like that we are teaching like this. Okay, D for the doctor. Drawings. I think you know the drawings. What is the meaning of drawings? If the owner have taken away any cash or things or goods from the business is called as a drawings. E for expenses and A for asset and L for liabilities. Super. How you know? E for equity. Equity we are going to call it as what? Nothing but capital. In the company we are going to call it as equity. In the small sole proprietor and the partnership we are going to call it as capital. R for revenue. Revenue is nothing but, so the things which are presented on debit side, we are those things we are, these three things are going to get a debit balance because they are appearing on which side ma? Debit side. That is the reason drawings, expenses and asset will have which balance? Debit balance. And the liabilities, equity and revenue we are going to have which balance ma? Credit balance. Don't ask why, sir. Don't ask why. Because in your childhood, while writing a capital A, the teacher told you you have to write like this. You have questioned, so why we have to write like this? And while writing the small a, so you have to write like this. So you are not questioned there na, then don't ask the questions here also. So these three are having which balance? Debit balance. And these three are having which balance ma? Credit balance. If the debit increases, okay na, if the debit increases, we have to do debit. Increases means same. Increases means what ma? Same. Debit increases means what we have to do? Debit. If the debit decreases, what we have to do? Opposite. What we have to do ma? Opposite credit. So remember this model. Debit increases means debit. Debit decreases means credit. Okay, what is the situation of increase and what is the situation of decrease? I will discuss once again. And in the same way, if the credit balance increases means what we need to do? Increases means credit. Okay na guys? Debit increases means debit, but credit increases means credit. The same principle we are going to apply. In the same way, credit decreases means what is the credit opposite? Debit. Okay nama? So debit increase debit, credit increase credit. If the debit decreases, opposite of credit. If the credit decreases, opposite of debit. So this is the, we are going to call it as a modern approach. Like this will not be there. For the remembering of this model, I have created this one. So what is the D for ma? Drawings, E for expenses, A for asset, and L for liabilities, E for equity or capital, R for revenue or incomes. And next you have to get the point that what is the meaning of debit balance and what is the meaning of credit balance. Can you say? Do you know what is the meaning of debit balance? Why it is positive balance? That means credit balance means negative balance. Huh? So don't think only from the asset point of view. You are saying from cash point of view. In the cash debit side we record the receipts and the credit side we record the payments. That is the reason she is saying what ma? Debit balance means positive balance and credit balance means negative balance. That is not the reason. We should not conclude same like a debit means positive, credit means negative. If you take the golden rules, okay, if you take the golden rules, what is the first golden rule ma? Personal account. What is the personal account rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, there the debit positive, credit negative, we can think. And next go to the real account rule. Comes in and goes out. There also debit positive, and credit negative. But if you take the nominal account rule, what is the nominal account rule? Expenses debit and incomes are credit. There the rule was oppositely, outrightly reversed. Yes or no? There the debit is negative and the credit is positive. We should not conclude that debit is a positive balance and credit is a negative balance. That is the reason. Simply we should not say like that. We have to say debit balance means simply debit side is more. Credit balance means simply credit side is more. For example, imagine this is one particular account. In the debit side we are going to have 100 rupees. In the credit side we are going to have 50 rupees. Now after that, imagine 1 month completed. What we have to do after 1 month? We have to close the account and we have to transfer to the another account. So now if you do the balance, how we have to do the balance, ma? 100 and 100. The total which is higher we have to put in the total column. The difference is how much? 50. Now this particular account is showing which balance? Debit balance, because in this particular account debit side is more and credit side is less. And if you take the reverse position, we can call it as what, ma? Credit balance. Simply debit balance means debit side is more and credit side is less. And credit balance means what, ma? Credit side is more and debit side is less. And then after, imagine in the debit side 100 and credit side is 100. This account is showing which balance? Zero balance. Debit is equal to credit means which balance, ma? Zero. The balance must and should we have to get. Means that is only either balance. So see here, if it is a debit balance, the closing balance will be on the which side? Yes. This account is showing which balance, ma? Debit balance. But the closing balance appearing on which side? Credit side. In the same way, if you take the credit balance is an example. Okay, nama? Now in the debit side is 100 and credit side is 200. The balance will be available on which side? Debit side. That means in the credit balance, if any account is showing the credit balance, the closing balance will be on the which side? Debit side. If any account is showing the debit balance, the closing balance will be on the which side? Credit side. When coming to the opening balance, so this closing balance we have to transfer to the opposite only, na? Okay, na? And here we are putting the 50 means this is called as opening balance. So this is an opening, this is a closing. Now same, for the debit balance, opening balance will be on the which side? Debit side. And closing balance will be on the which side? Credit side. So these are the principles we have to remember. So once again I am repeating. So what are the things having the debit balance? Drawings, assets and expenses. So forget about the drawings. Remember these two things. Expenses and asset are one team. The team name is called as debit team. And when coming to the incomes and liabilities are another team. The team name is credit. So here expenses means asset. One positive, one negative. And liabilities and incomes. One positive and one negative. Okay, na? So remember like that, you can remember. If the debit balance increases, we have to do debit. If the debit balance decreases, we have to do credit. In the same way, the credit balance increases means credit, decreases means debit. And next we have learned about the meaning of debit balance and meaning of credit balance. What is the meaning of debit balance? Debit side is more. What is the meaning of credit balance? Credit side is more. If both the balance are equal means it is called as a zero balance. For the debit balance, opening balance will be on the debit side, closing balance will be on the credit side. In the same way, for the credit balance, opening will be on the credit, closing will be on the debit. So remember like this. So next, then after we are going to discuss certain terms. Okay, how to use that modern approach we can discuss in tomorrow's class. We can take certain examples of entries, or we can discuss now itself. What is the first main journal entry they will ask from the childhood onwards? What is the first entry? Mr. Ram invested 1 lakh into the business. That is the main journal entry, main transaction they will give. Yes or no? I will say that what is the meaning of transaction and how the events are coming to the picture. So Mr. Ram started business with rupees 1 lakh. I think you know the outcomes. I no need to say the outcomes. So what are the two outcomes will be there here? Nothing but debit accept and credit accept. We have to decide now. What are the two accepts here? Mr. Ram we should not write because he is a owner. Okay na? Instead of Ram, what we have to write ma? Capital. What we have to write? Capital. And another one is called as what? Cash. So these are, I am going to call it as, these two are what ma? Outcomes. So capital is having nothing but liability, asset, liability. So capital is a liability. So we have discussed liability means which balance? Credit balance. So I am writing the credit balance. Now we have to decide whether it was increases or decreases. Okay. Can you try whether it is increasing or decreasing? Capital, here the liability created, liability repaying. Created. If a liability created means increases. If a liability created means it is called as increases. Previously we are having any liability? No, there is no liability. Now only we have started the business. And must and should we have to think from the whose point of view? Business point of view. We should not think from the owner point of view. That is a concept called as separate legal entity. Entity, business entity concept. We can call it as, there the owner is a different person and business is a different person. Okay, increases or decreases? Increases. So now same, credit balance increases means what we need to do? Credit. Completed. If one asset is credited means another asset is debit. Yes or no? Like that only you are doing. Okay. Cash is having asset, expenses, income, liability. Asset. So asset is showing which balance? Debit balance. Asset is showing the debit balance. Now we have to decide whether increases or decreases. Cash comes in, goes out. In the business it is comes in, so increases or decreases? Previously we are having 0. Now we are having what? 1 lakh. So increases. So debit increases means what we have to do? Debit. So what is the entry we have to write now? Cash account debited to capital account. So that's all. So that is the reason. So how the modern approach? Simple. Sir, we have to decide only one thing, increase or decrease. If you try to decide whether it is an increase or decrease, easily you can identify it is a debit or credit. Okay na? When coming to the liability point of view, it is created means increases. We are repaying the liability means decreases. When coming to the asset point of view, comes in means increases, goes out means decreases. So these are the points we have to remember. I forgot to tell you something. Okay, we can try the another one. Can you say? You can say any transaction. We can try. Purchase of goods. Purchase of goods of rupees 10 lakhs. Now what are the two outcomes? Purchases and cash. So purchases means in that 4 categories: expenses, income, asset or liability. Expenses. And next, expenditure having which balance? Debit balance. Now same. Previously we are having any expenses? We are not having any expenses. Now only we are created what ma? Purchases. So always expenditure and income are increases. Remember like that. Always, always and always expenses are increases and incomes are increases. In certain situations, expenditure will be decreased. I will say that type of transactions also. Now increases na, what we need to do ma? We need to do the debit. And next, when coming to the cash, it is an asset. Already we have seen. Which balance ma? This is also a debit balance. But cash comes in the goes out ma? Goes out. That is the reason. Increases or decreases? Decreases. If the debit decreases means what we need to do? Credit. Okay now. You cannot decide directly. Debit balance, debit. Credit balance, credit. Not like that. If the debit increases, debit. Debit decreases, credit. So what is the entry? Purchase account debited to cash account. So like that. So please take a note of it. I will say the note points here. Keep the heading modern approach and write this one. If you want, you can write this one also. Section A. These things you want no need. Now you can write this one. Paper pattern. Put the heading paper pattern and write this one. Maintain single rule itself, because we have to write in exam in single rule. What is the first thing we have to do? We have to do after going to the home. You have to create LinkedIn and Naukri accounts. So don't forget. How to register, you know. Using of application, you know very well. Thanos. Yes or no? Keep the heading modern approach. Modern approach. Okay, write the note points. I will write. You can write along with me. First one, a particular account, if debit side is more, it is called debit balance. In a particular account, if a debit side is more, it is called as debit balance. Same like a credit balance. In a particular account, comma, if credit side is more, it is called as credit balance. Then after, third point. What the third point we have discussed, opening balances and closing balances. So write opening balance and divide into the two parts. The opening balance for debit balance will be on the which side, ma? Will be on the debit side. And for credit balance, credit side. So debit side we have to put 2 or by, ma. Debit side we have to put 2 or by. In a account debit side we have to put 2. Okay na? So 2 balance. What we can say, ma, opening balance? Brought down or carried down? Brought down or carried down? Opening balance brought down. So here what we have to write, ma? Here what we need to write? By balance brought down. This is also opening balance. Okay, now both are opening balances will be available. Debit opening balance will be on the which side? Debit side. We should call it as 2 balance brought down. And credit opening balance will be on the which side? Credit side. We have to call it as by balance brought down. That means if you are preparing any liability account, first of all we have to start with opening balance. Which side you will write the opening balance? credit side, buy balance brought down. If you are starting any asset account, so which side we have to start? Debit side, to balance brought down. So that is the point I am saying, you know. And next same like that, which balance ma? Credit balance. Fourth point. Sorry. What we have to write? Closing balance. For a closing balance, how many balances will be there ma? Debit balance and credit balance. For debit balance, closing balance will be on the which side ma? Opposite side, credit side. For credit balance, closing balance will be on the which side? Debit side. So what we have to write? Can you say? Credit side means to or buy? Buy. Buy balance carried on. Simply C for C. Closing balance carried on. But opening balance they are not writing P dash D. They are writing what ma B. Their B means nothing but beginning. B means nothing but beginning. Here C means nothing but closing. So here what we need to write? To balance carried on. Opening means brought down, closing means carried on. So next then after keep the heading journal entries and write these two entries. These journal entries we are discussing in which approach? Modern approach. Completed. Okay, Nama? We can try 2 transactions and can go. Okay, na? So purchase we have completed na. So next third one. Goods sold for rupees 1 lakh. Goods sold for rupees 1 lakh. What are the 2 outcomes? Sales cash, or we can say it as bank also. So sales and cash. Okay, ma. Sales, income expenses are asset liability. Income. So income means which balance? Income means credit balance. I have told you already, incomes and expenses always increases. Previously, is there any income? No. Now only the income is created the sales. Sorry, increases now what we need to do? Credit balance increases means credit. And next when coming to the cash, asset, already we know. Asset having which balance? Debit balance. And next one, if we are doing the sales means cash comes in or goes out? Comes in. So increases. What we need to do? Debit. So what is the entry ma? Cash account debited to sales account. Next fourth one. Fourth one, salary paid to Mr. Surya of rupees 10 lakhs. Whether this is a cash transaction or credit transaction? Cash or credit? Why? Person name. So even though person name come into the picture, here we have used the word called as paid. Paid means already completed. That means this is a which type of transaction? Cash transaction. So what are the 2 outcomes? Salary and cash. Salary is expenses, undoubt. Is there any doubt? So expenses will show which balance? Debit balance. Debit. Expenses and asset will have debit balance. So always and always increases. So debit increases means debit. And let's come to the cash. Asset will have which balance? Debit balance. Increases or decreases, Amma? Decreases. Why? Comes in or goes out? Goes out. So debit decreases means credit. So what is the entry ma? Salary account debited to cash account. So these are the certain type of entries. So we can discuss some more entries like outstanding expenses, prepaid expense, all the things in the next class. Okay na? So until now is sufficient because already we have discussed so much in the first class itself. Okay na guys? Is there any doubts up to here? So you can try and practice certain entries you know about the credit purchases, about the cash purchases, nothing but credit sales, and then after commission received, incomes like that. You can practice. Can I give 2 to 3 transactions? Try this one. The home, uh, nothing but goods sold to Mr. Ravi of rupees 10 lakhs. Cash or credit amma? Credit transaction. And next, goods purchased from Miss Rani of rupees 8 lakhs. Next one, commission received from Rohit of rupees 1 lakh. So this one cash or credit? Cash, because already there is a word called as what ma? Received. And then after, cash paid to Miss Rani of rupees 10 lakhs. Next, cash received from Mr. Ravi of rupees 3 lakhs. Try these transactions. We'll come to the next class. You have to write same like that. How we have noted down. Same, try this one. And next class I will discuss outstanding prepaid those things. Okay na guys? So thank you. Have a nice day. You can go up to 1 week like this only the classes will be there. Then after we can start full-fledged classes.